Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Greater Boston League Boys Soccer. And I hope you can get a look at this. We've got a visitor here at Manning Field. There's a raccoon running around the stands. Nobody's watching a soccer game. They're all watching the raccoon. He was settled up on the top step just outside the press box door when we walked in. So Malden being entertained by the Classical Rams boys soccer team. Malden in white, Classical in their green and white. Classical 2-3-1, looking to get to 500. Malden 1-3-2. So the people worried about the raccoon starting to walk around. Now that he's laying down like he's going back to sleep, they're going back to watch soccer. Just a scattering of fans for this one. As Diaz boots it high and deep. Isaiah Diaz in net for Classical. Joshua and Jula Gonzalez in net for Malden. The Golden Tornadoes of Malden, the Rams of Lynn Classical. It was just about the right time. The sun is going down behind the trees at Pine Grove Cemetery. So when we look to our left, we don't get blinded. Classical had a big win here the other night. They took on undefeated Everett and knocked them off 3-1 for a very big win. Coach Eric Moreno, I have to say Eric Moreno Jr., because his father is the coach of Lynn Tech boys soccer. But Eric Moreno Jr. doing a nice job with his Classical team. They were very good last year. They graduated a lot of talent, but he's got them playing well. And they're not going to be able to get it before it goes out of play. And it gets knocked out by Viveros. Headed away back there by Jason Ventura. Yo, this is the last game. Classical girls are away. They try to throw it deep and knocked down there by Halimi. Halimi's been outstanding for Classical. He scored 2 of the 3 goals on 2 free kicks. One was a thing of beauty from 35 yards away. The other one from right around the 15-yard line was a rocket shot, a laser beam that beat the goaltender. The first one tied the game up. The second one turned out to be the winning goal. They got another after that, but his other free kick turned out to be the winning goal as he made it 2-1. They wound up 3-1. Battling going on. It pops loose. Malden winds up with it. And it goes off a foot of Malden. Classical will get the throw in. Headed away, then headed back by Classical. Malden boots it high and deep. Halimi boots it back the other way. Pass broken up and taken away by Malden. And stepping in is Halimi making that defensive play. Classical breaks it up and takes it away. They knock it deep. Trying to throw it in front. Malden's there to kick it away. Headed back by the Rams. Malden knocks it way out of play. One's up in the seats on the other side. And Classical will get to throw it in. All the way back. Blocked by Classical. Popped up. It got broken up by Dunn. Ryan Dunn is wearing number 1. Roberto Gomez is wearing 7. And they almost look like the same number. They didn't do just straight up and down for the 1. They put a little flyer on it. Malden looking to get a shot off. Broken up. And that was Roberto Gomez. And again, I still don't know why they doubled up on Gomez, but they did. It's Gomez. Classical trying to get it going. And it goes out off Classical. So nobody able to really get anything going here in the early going. Skips past, Classical kicks it away. Pop straight up in the air. You get nervous when that happens. Looking for that, somebody getting bonked in the head. Classical already has 1 player out with a concussion. And I'm still amazed that there aren't a lot more concussions. Classical player gets inadvertently tripped and knocked down. And they'll get the free kick. Coming from midfield. Halimi's got 1.5 feet. He drilled it right to the net. Classical went up together. I think they made contact with, going up, banging into Malden. That's a kick and a half. That's about 40 yards in the air or more. And he put it right in the middle. But when Classical went up to get it, they banged into Malden, and Malden would get to kick it away. They kick it deep. Popped up field. Malden looking for it. Blocked by Classical. Classical gets by the defender. They kind of grabbed him. They drop it back. Trying to get around, all kinds of contact. They called the contact against Ferrara, Nevis. Halimi will take the free kick. Can certainly get it to the net from here with that strong leg of his. Drills it in front, headed away by Malden. That was headed for dead center. They tip it deep. Hustling back is done. Glasgow kicks it out of play. I have to get my specs on with this Malden roster they gave me. It's like minuscule. Us old timers have a time reading this. Glasgow's been down close a couple of times. 2 kicks by Halimi, got the ball close. Not a shot on net, but close. Malden hasn't got very much done offensively as yet. Halimi will get to kick it again. And once again, he drills it. Headed away by Malden, but right to Glasgow. And then Malden clears it away. Halimi got a head on it, gets a head on it again, and Malden kicks it back the other way. Glasgow picks it off, Malden gets it back. And Glasgow takes it away again, but we're going to whistle for Glasgow making contact to get it away. And Malden will get to kick it away. We mentioned Glasgow trying to get to 500. They're 2-3-1, trying to make it 2 in a row here at Manning Field. And we're going to get Glasgow called again. Both went up to try and get their head in the ball. Glasgow banged into the Malden player. And Malden will get their first scoring opportunity. A free kick from just outside the 20-yard line. A little bit of an angle on the far side. Everybody picking a partner out in front. They drill it wide left. Solid shot. Got all of it, but pulled it wide left. So with just under 28 minutes left in this first half, we got a timeout down the field. We come out of the timeout. Diaz will boot it away. He gets headed back past midfield. Malden boots it way out of play. Tried to save it, but couldn't. Done with the throw-in. Malden boots it away. Headed back by Glasgow. Deep. Hamill got a head. Halimi, got a head on it. And Glasgow kicks it upfield. Malden pushes it away. Down the near side. Stepping in front was Viveros, knocking it out of play. Glasgow knocks it away. The pass behind the intended receiver. Now they knock it deep with a foot race. So far, just a little feeling out. Glasgow. Down the far side. battling. Malden player went down. Malden thought they had the ball, but Classical will get the throw in. And Malden takes it away. Classical took it back. Malden knocks it out. Another throw in on the far side. Rivero stepped in front of the pass, deflected it. They sent it back to Riveros. He tries to kick it to the middle. They try to one-time it. That was Alvarez trying to one-time it to the net, and he fanned on it. Malden with a break. Malden was still with a break. Halimi, great hustle. They looked like they beat everybody. They had looked like 2-on-1. Halimi hustled back, slid, and knocked it away. And in that abbreviated season that we had a while ago, you couldn't do that. You couldn't slide. You couldn't head the ball. They changed all the rules for soccer during that abbreviated season. Now they've brought it all back. So now it's regular soccer. Glasgow kind of fanned on it, trying to knock it away. Now they finally knock it deep. Glasgow picks off the pass. They knock it deep down the far side. Glasgow trying to push it by. The defense couldn't, and the defense will knock it out. Substitution for the Rams. That was a little bit of a delay. Malden knocks it out again. So the throw will come a little bit deeper. Malden coming back. Halimi knocks it away. So Malden had a couple of real nice passes, got it over midfield. Halimi broke it up. And now they break up Abby De Leon. Taveros gets it to the middle. They knock it all the way back. Back to Roberto Gomez. Glasgow's been down here before, and now nobody there for the pass. Malden knocks it away. Headed away by Ventura. Malden breaks it up. Halimi knocks it away. They tried to tip it ahead. Morales couldn't get it. They tip it by, and they look for the long pass. Halimi is there to break it up. Actually, it was Ventura that broke it up. This is Halimi. Moves it to the far side. Headed by Glasgow. And let's go into the Glasgow bench area. Nobody's come close yet. The goaltenders haven't really had to do anything. Lead pass. Diaz comes way out of the net. Just got there and fell on it, and he'll kick it away. And he kicked it out of play. Right to the Malden coach, who is Jeremiah Smith. Looking to get a shot. They knock it high. Would have been worth 3 in football. Sailed over the net right between the goalposts perfectly. Out of play, and Diaz will get to kick it away. They got a lot of foot into that one. Halfway through and counting this first half. Diaz will get to kick it away. Malden picks it off. And he just kept it in play with a nice play. They knock it ahead. They let it go back to Diaz, and he'll kick it away. Let's go keep it in play. Riveros with it. Trying to pass it across with Sarmiento. It got picked off. Malden will clear it away. Alimi heads it back about 20 yards. They knock it deep down the near side. Back to Gomez. Gomez. It got blocked by Malden. They almost gave it away. Glasgow will let it go out of play. And we'll have substitutions for both teams. Viveros will put it in play. Little give and go, it didn't work with Jose Gomez. Malden breaks it up. Once again, Malden passing it, getting it into the classical end, but it's broken up quickly. They'll let it go back to Gonzalez. And he finally touches it. And that's the only thing the goalie has done from long range. Missed. Malden will kick it deep. All the way down the far side. Malden trying to keep it in play. And he did a nice job. They bang it off Classical. Still no score in this one. It's, I think, virtually the deepest that Malden has been in a while with the throw-in. Kick blocked out in front. Classical clears it away. So they still haven't got anything on net. Classical knocks it upfield. They stopped thinking they might have kicked call because the Malden player went down. Morales bangs it forward. Too far ahead for Ryan Dahl. As they said, that sun went down, not blinding us. All of a sudden, it pops up again. Just enough to be a pain in the neck. Viveros with it. Morales. And it goes out. And they call it off Morales. Taken away by Klasko. Knocked upfield, Viveros. Back to Halimi. Viveros just do it just a little too far. Trying to knock it deep. It gets by. Halimi will knock it high in the air. Malden heads it back. Ventura will knock it out. Actually, Klasko kept it in play. Good hustle. Malden anticipated the pass, picked it off. They throw it deep, and Klasko will let it go out of play. Now that sun gets extremely bright. All of a sudden, just popped up. Substitutions for Klasko. Diaz will get to kick it away. This is the only thing Diaz has been doing, kicking it away. And it hasn't been because he's made saves. Klasko got a head on it. Malden got a head on it. Klasko knocked it away. Klasko with it. Trying to get in the middle. Malden anticipated the pass, picked it off, broke it up. And Malden starts it back the other way. Halimi steps in front of the pass. Klasko trying to come back. Gerdia pushed it too far, but Klasko recovered. Morales, Gerdia, Morales. They tip it. They couldn't possibly, they had to try and knock it through 4 white shirts. They couldn't get the shot anywhere near anything. Malden goes down. Klasko ran into him. Malden will get the free kick. It goes all the way through. They blew the whistle for Malden offside. Halimi will kick it away. He'll certainly get it past midfield. Midfield, he got it inside the 30. What a kick and a half that was. He kicks the ball almost 50, 60 yards. Viveros gets there first and knocks it out. And we'll have a substitution for Malden. Back and forth we go, but nobody getting a really good shot on net or scoring opportunity, which means it's still 0-0 in this Greater Boston shootout. Halimi again boots it away. Malden pushes it upfield. Klasko with it. They finally get loose and get it to Morales. Knocked away from him. Malden looking to go. They collect the pass. Looking to turn, put it on the right foot and get a shot, but they couldn't. It was taken away by Halimi. They couldn't get around the defense on the left side, so they tried to get the shot from the right side, and Halimi broke it up. Now we got banging going on. They call it off Dahl. Malden looking for it down deep. Glasgow knocks it out of play into the Malden bench area. They got a foot on it, popped it up. Diaz comes way out of the net. Steps right in front, one of the Malden white shirts. Ribeiro was bearing down on Diaz. Diaz got between him and the ball first and then grabbed the ball. Substitutions again for Malden. 10 minutes and counting left in his first half. Still no score. Malden has picked it up a little bit. They weren't anywhere near classical territory for a while. Now they've been in there and still haven't got a shot on net, but they made it a little bit interesting. Dahl gets it by, looking for it. Malden breaks it up. Dahl got taken down. They're calling it off Malden. Viveris will get the throw in. Back to Viveris. Trying to push it out in front. Malden heads it away. Glasgow will get there first. Keep it alive, but trying to take it down that far side. Can't get around the defense. And it went out. And he called contact against Glasgow with that little battle going on. Malden will kick it away. Alimi knocks it down the near side. It bounces by Morales, but he keeps it in. And Malden knocks it back the other way, and it goes out of play. Glasgow gets around again. Could get around the third defender. Malden hustles and keeps it in. Glasgow takes it away. But they take it away, they knock the Malden player down. So Malden will kick it away. Nobody's really got the ball inside the 20s with any kind of control. Malden now trying to walk in. That shot would have gone wide. It was not on net. Diaz dove and grabbed it. That's the closest we've come to a shot on net. Diaz boots it, and again he boots it out of play. Glasgow stole it away. Malden takes it back. Here's Halimi knocking it away. Tipped it back, got picked off, and then the pass was behind the intended receiver. Now, nice pick by Viveros, taking it away. And he called a free kick, a collision. So Halimi, again, he can certainly get it to the net from here. He can get it to the net from Western Avenue. Everybody gathering out in front of the net. He puts it out in front. Glasgow got a head on it, but knocked it over the net. The goaltender wound up flat on his back. Oh, no, it's a classical player flat on his back. They just kick it to the near side and started back upfield. And sliding it, knocking it out was Gerdia. They drop it back. Alimi bangs it deep. Glasgow got knocked down. They're getting another free kick from the 20-yard line. Rivas Lazo was going from near side to far side. He got clipped. And now Halimi has a chance to put Glasgow on top. He can put it in from here. They move that, I call it the picket fence that Malden sets up. Halimi's got a chance to put this in the net. He drills it. Gonzalez had to make a big-time save. He put it right on the money. Gonzalez had a dive and got two hands on it and knocked it away. That's the first legitimate scoring chance for either team. Big-time save by Gonzalez. Good bid by Halimi. That would have been his third free kick goal in 2 games. They get it out in front. It's the defense popping it away. They pop it away again. They pop it up, knocked down. Nobody can get a piece of it. Everybody's playing heads up. Glasgow finally drills it over the net. Everybody trying to get a piece of it. Everybody got a head on it, popping it up. They couldn't get their foot on it. When they finally did, I think it was Gerdia who ripped it over the net. Glasgow all over the net, but couldn't find a spot to knock it in. And Malden will kick it away. Halimi bangs it the other way. They knock it ahead. They get it to the middle. They take the shot just wide left. Good bid, nice passing. They set it up. And it just went wide left. That was Roberto Gomez looking to give Glasgow the lead. Malden picks it off. Gerdia picks off that pass. They knock it deep to the other side. They knock it up. Gomez looking for it. Got too much foot. He was on the run, moving. It was bouncing, and he lifted it way out of play as we reach the final 2 minutes and counting. Still 0-0. Glasgow's had the better chances with the free kick, especially by Halimi, that almost gave him the lead. And that bounced up and got Glasgow on the hand. Malden quickly puts it in play. They knock it deep, and that was shot on net from very long range. Bootlower got that shot. That's the one shot they've had on net. That was from very long range. Inside midfield, put it right in the middle, but Diaz able to make the save. Glasgow trying to center it. Blocked. Glasgow will get a corner kick. They got to hurry. Time running down. Halimi will take it from the far side. Time winding down. Coming from the far side. Out in front, bounces away. And Gonzalez, the goaltender, comes out, grabs it, and he'll kick it away. Malden knocked it down, but Glasgow picked it off. They blow the whistle before they get anything going. So we finished the first half the same way we started the first half, dead even. Glasgow had the better chance. Malden finally got a shot on net from very long range from Butor. Diaz got a good look at it, but Halimi's free kick, Gonzalez had to make a great save, or Glasgow would have had the lead. Instead, it's Glasgow nothing, Malden nothing at halftime. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're set to start the second half, and hopefully we'll get to decide this game in the second half. People are still milling around. The police, I think they're waiting for the animal rescue leave because the raccoon is nestling up in the stands, just laying down, not bothering anybody. He's just getting a nice little rest. I'm still trying to figure out where he could come from around here. Pine Grove Cemetery obviously comes quickly to mind, but to get from Pine Grove Cemetery to the press box side of Manning Field, up in the top of the stands, laying down, that's a trip and a half. I got tired just thinking about it, but somehow he got through, didn't get hit by a car, or he made it, came around to the right side, squeezed through the fence or wherever, and he's perfectly comfortable where he is. But I think the police officers are waiting for the Animal Rescue League. Malden looking for a break. They got the shot off. Halimi forced him to take the shot. They looked like they might have a breakaway, and Halimi forced him to take the shot a little farther away, a little quicker than they would have liked. It was Daniel Ribeiro. He got the shot on net. Diaz was able to get a good look at it and make the save because Halimi wouldn't let him get clear and walk in. So he couldn't get any closer. He had to take the shot from a little further than he would like. But that's a legitimate scoring opportunity for Malden. That's their first. They had one shot on net. It was about a 50-yard kick that went dead center of the net, but Diaz had an easy save on it. From long range, right on the money. Halimi again put it right there. Gonzalez had it, dropped it momentarily, but got it back. And there was no green shirts around to take advantage. This is done. Malden breaks it up. To the far side with Riveros. Skips right through. Try to get it in the middle. Hoskell with it again. Malden breaks it up, heads it away. And they knock it deep. Halimi there first. Riveros pushes it up. They give it back to Riveros. Down the far side. Trying to throw it out in front. It got blocked by Malden. Glasgow will get the throw in from down deep. Riveros will take it. Looking for somebody to throw it to. Malden punches it away. Halimi missed it first, then got a foot on it and knocked it into the Malden bench area. It went right through the foot. Clue. I don't. Blue. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Payas pushed it ahead. Malden gets there first, and he knocked it out of play. They're trying to. The animal rescue league is here. They're trying to catch the raccoon. People are no longer watching the soccer game. They're now watching them try to rope the raccoon up in the top of the stands. Raccoon's running all over the place. Not an easy assignment. I don't know if you missed me or not. I had a double duty to do. I'm glad nobody scored in the meantime. I had to go down and open the second floor for the Animal Rescue League person, and he still can't catch the raccoon. He fell down, and he's now up in the rafters about 25 feet in the air, and he can't reach him as he tries to clear him away. So I was away from my post for a while. I was doing double duty. But nobody scored, so we're still right where we are, 0-0. And everybody now is just eyeing the raccoon up in the rafters, and the poor guy from the Animal Rescue League thought all he had to do was hook him and then take him out. Instead, he's sitting up in the rafters beyond anybody's reach. One of my camera people are down trying to get a photo. Everybody's got their cell phones out taking pictures. So it's been a strange night here at Manning Field. 10 minutes in and counting in the second half, still no score. Malden's one chance has come from very long range. Glasgow's really one shot came from a free kick from Halimi, who put it right on the money, and Gonzalez made a diving save to keep it out of the end zone, out of the net. They knock it deep. Malden trying to get there. They won't. It's going to go out of play. In case you hear any banging going on in the background, that's probably they're probably trying to knock them out of the rafters. So we're just about 29 minutes left in this GBL matchup. Nothing to choose between Malden and Lynn Glasgow in this boys bout. 0-0. Back out of the timeout. Everybody trying to do something to find a scoring opportunity. Yeah, Malden was way offside. They knocked it deep. It looked like they might have a break, but that's because they got a huge head start. They were behind everybody. Halimi will get to kick it away, and this will wind up deep in the other end with his foot. Kick that inside the 20-yard line. Glasgow almost got there. It gets tipped away by Malden. Glasgow will get a corner kick. Halimi almost got Glasgow on the board again. They just missed getting a foot on that long kick. Corner kick will come from the far side. Out in front, bouncing around. Everybody trying to get a foot on it. Popped up again. Glasgow trying to get a foot on it. They pop it up. Malden will finally clear it away. They give it back to Dunn. Pass picked off by Malden. Glasgow with it. They push it ahead. Gonzalez will come out and play it. He boots it high in the air, right to midfield. Glasgow trying to break it up. Instead, they ran over Malden. Malden will get to kick it away. They knock it way out of play. Malden takes it away. They knock it deep, just rolls to Diaz to the side of the net, and he'll kick it away. Glasgow boots it up. Malden will get there first. Glasgow took it away and lost it. Malden coming back. Down the far side, they pushed it too far, it goes out of play. Glasgow will put it in play. Little over the head kick knocks it out of play. Malden will make mass substitutions. 4 different players. And Malden will have the throw-in right at the Glasgow bench. Knocked deep. Headed away. Dunn stretches and gets it. Malden took it away. From long range, the shot's going to go way wide left and out of play. Diaz will boot it away. Dunn and Ventura and Viveros and Halimi all playing well on that back line defensively. Not really giving Malden anything. They try to push it ahead. They didn't get a lot on the pass. They got picked off. Pop to the middle, right to Malden. Glasgow collects. They get it in the middle. They knock it deep, and they call them offside. They were about a step and a half too early. That was Payas. Halimi, no, he kicks it deep. He heads it deep. That was about a 20-yard header. Glasgow gets knocked down. The free kick will come from the 40-yard line. And Halimi again, he can certainly get it on the net from here. Classical knocked it down in front. Malden knocked it away. And he tried to bang it to the middle. Looked like they banged it off their own player. Malden will get the throw in. Malden goes down as they kick it out of play. Blocked by Classical, out of play at the Classical bench. Classical, they were going to try and let it go out of play. It wasn't going to go, so they kept it in play. Now they're able to move it upfield. Malden took it away. Classical takes it back. Down that far side. Malden broke it up. I think they took Classical down. Classical going another free kick. Halimi will get to use that left foot again. Right to the net, headed away by Malden. They throw it to the far side. Classical's not going to be able to get there. It's going to go out of play. Halfway through and counting this scoreless GBL game. Still looking for our first goal by either team. And again, not many opportunities by either team. Out off Classical. Malden keeps it in. Battling Classical player goes down. And that little skirmish. They took Ventura down. And once again, Halimi will get to use that left foot. This time from the near side. From wherever he is inside midfield, it's a scoring opportunity. He gets it up. It was hooking back to the net. Gonzalez with two green shirts hanging on him. Went up and picked it out of the air. Classical hustles back and breaks up that long kick. Could have been a breakaway. They knock it to the near side. They take the shot. They knock it wide left. They ran into Halimi and knocked him down. A nice job by Malden coming over and offering a hand and helping him up. It was Osario Vasquez that ran into Halimi. And then very nicely, great sportsmanship, helped him up. It's going to go way out of play. This is a case of one of the Malden players was chasing the ball that went way out of play. He was way beyond the far corner. He was 20 yards out of play beyond the far corner, chasing the ball that went out of play. And the ball boy gave the ball, they put it back in play, and they were coming back on field. He had to hustle back. He was trying to be a good guy and chase the ball that went out of play. And Malden wound up down the player for half a minute or so. Haskell makes a substitution. All the way back to Roberto Gomez. Looking for a break. Halimi slowed it down. So they had to go way wide to the far side, and Classical breaks up the play. That's Viveros. Nice job by Viveros. Malden gets the throw in. You don't have to be a Rhodes Scholar to know that a goal in this game would be humongous. The way these two teams are going back and forth. We're coming up on 15 minutes left in the game, and each team has had one shot on net that could have gone in. Malden's was from almost midfield that Diaz got a good look at, but it was dead center. Classical's was Halimi's free kick that Gonzalez had to make a diving slap on to keep out of the net. Malden pushes it ahead, goes way down deep, and they call Malden offside. And once again, Halimi's been busy. He'll kick it away. Knocked down. Glasgow tips it ahead. Trying to walk in. Couldn't get the shot off. Broke it up. They took the classical player down. They didn't blow the whistle. Halimi bangs it ahead. If classical let that go, they might have had a breakaway. Shot. It's in. It got deflected into the net. It bounced around. Nobody could get a foot on it, and then right there they just whacked it home. Where is he? Where is he? Where would you give it to? Glasgow finally breaks the ice. And you're thinking that it was Alvarez who got the goal. The consensus up here, there was a whole. It's odd. If you hit a home run, you're running around the bases. Everybody can say, hey, there he is. But once you score the goal, there's 10 players surrounding you down here, enjoying the moment, congratulating you, and you lose sight. You try to keep your eye on the scorer, and you get blocked out. That's a huge goal. It's tipped back toward the net. Malden will knock it out of play. Once again, Halimi get involved. He got the kick down, kicked it down out in front. It was bouncing around. Everybody trying to get a piece of it. They moved it to the middle. They couldn't get the shot off. It was still hanging around. Everybody trying to get a piece of it. And we're giving credit to Jair Alvarez. He just slapped it home. Gonzalez had no chance. It was almost point-blank range. And Glasgow gets a huge goal. That was right after I say goal is going to be a huge premium. And the home team, Glasgow Rams, got it. They're looking for 2 in a row here at home. We told they're trying to get to 500. Looking for their third win to go 3-3-1. Malden was looking to get a little closer to 500, 1-3-2. Give it back to Dunn. Tipped. Malden now has to get a little giddy up in their step because they haven't had too many opportunities. Broken up nicely by the defense. Nice job by Ventura. Malden, Diaz came out, cut down the angle. They had an open shot, and they knocked it wide left. Malden had a golden opportunity to tie it up. They came in from a little bit of an angle on that right side, but they had an opportunity. Diaz came out, cut down the angle. When they hit it by him, wound up pushing it wide left. Malden almost came that close. Almost tied it up. We get a whistle. I think that was Pereira. Pierre Nieves, I think, was the guy that shot that wide left. That was a golden opportunity for Malden to get it right back. Halimi again. Again, he knocks it toward the net. Glasgow with it. They knock it home. Halimi's kick gets it done. And I think with just over 10 minutes left, we're going to get a timeout. We come out of the timeout. Glasgow has, all of a sudden, nobody could do anything at all. Glasgow puts 2 goals on the board. They knock it deep, headed away by Ventura. Glasgow coming down the near side. They knock it ahead. Malden gets there first and knocks it out of play. Malden coming back. They got numbers. They push it ahead, and there's Halimi breaking it up. And he breaks it up again. Trying to push it by. Malden knocks it out of play. Good defense by Halimi. Popped straight up. Popped up again. A couple of heads getting a piece. Malden gets around one. Still with it down the near side, trying to center it. They threw it behind everybody. Payas got a foot on it. And there's Halimi knocking it back the other way. Malden breaks it up. Sliding and breaking it up and going down. Malden was way offside. Glasgow player is down. He slid to knock the ball out, and the trainer has to come out to take a look. He's down, and they're trying to stretch that leg. And I didn't see a number, so I don't know who it is. The trainer's out now working on him. I thought it was Ventura, but I wasn't sure, and now I know it is. Jason Ventura. He'll go to the bench. He seems to be okay. Walking pretty well, so thank God for that. Glasgow got the big win the other night. Their second against undefeated Everett in the GBL. Now they're looking to get closer and go over that 500 mark to qualify for the state tournament. This is not like the abbreviated season. The abbreviated season, everybody made the state tournament.
17 scored the second goal.
So we were right on the first goal, Jair Alvarez. The second was Brian Giovanni Rivas Lazo to make it 2-0. Once again, the clock is the enemy of Malden as they've fallen behind. Glasgow bunched 2 goals, both helped out by kicks from Halimi. After nobody could do anything, and Malden still hasn't done it. Right after Glasgow made it 1-0, Malden had a legitimate effort coming down that right side. And Ferreira Nieves, Jose Ferreira Nieves had to get around Diaz, who did a nice job coming out of the net, cutting down the angle, and he popped it wide left. That was a great opportunity. The only shot they've really put on net was from long distance, and Diaz got a real good look at it. From Ribeiro, almost midfield. It took a big hop dead center of the net. Diaz looked at it, able to play it easily, and that's basically been it. And Malden was way offside. They were downfield. They didn't get back up when he knocked that kick way downfield. They were way behind everybody. We've got 5 minutes left in this one. Glasgow trying to make it 2 in a row here at Manning after getting a big one against undefeated Everett with a big second half to win it 3-1. They've had another big second half here, getting the only 2 goals of the game. And Malden's going to get a little giddy up in their step with time winding down. As I mentioned, the clock is the enemy as Halimi steps in front and knocks it upfield. Classical kept it in play. Malden kicks it back to Gonzalez. And he'll try to bring it back upfield. 4 minutes and counting. They knock it deep. Nobody there except Halimi. Back to Halimi. He banged it off Malden. Kept it in the classical end. And here's Halimi again stepping in front of that pass and knocking it away. Behind the back, action pass. Ventura got a little behind the back. But there was nobody going to the net, just went out of play. And with 3 minutes and counting, Diaz kicks it away. Blocked. Classical. They have enough goals, they just want to keep it, if they can, in the Malden end. Malden down deep. Trying to throw it in front. Diaz grabs it with a white shirt running by him. Laid out, recovered the fumble, loose ball, and he'll kick it away. He won't be in any hurry. Puts it high in the air, bounces to the Malden end. Morales looking to go get it. Morales got knocked down. Two minutes and counting left. Now they stop it, I think, because, well, Morales is back up. Classical will get a free kick. Halimi's not going to take it. I think this is Alvarez getting it and knocking it behind the net. So Classical is going to go to 500. They're going to be 3-3-1. Malden's going to drop to 1-4-2. Diaz in net will get the shutout. Jair Alvarez got the goal that looks to be the winner. And then Brian Giovanni Rivas Lazo got the little breathing room goal to make it 2-0. And that's where we are with time running down. They knock it very deep. Malden trying to get there. Nice job by the defense, just getting there and poking it away. I think that was Dahl who just stretched and got a piece. And they knock it in. They got loose to that far side. And with time running down, they banged it home. This time if he turns around, I'll get his number. And it was 18. I could have sworn they were jumping all over Albert De Leon, but they're saying Jair Alvarez got his second. So we'll give him 2 goals. Again, almost impossible when they're celebrating and congratulating everybody, you lose sight of everybody. Or at least their numbers. And Classical makes it 3-0, so Alvarez has got 2. They break it up. It goes out. And they blow the whistle, and that's going to be it. So Diaz gets the shutout. Glasgow will go to 3-3-1. They have a big second half again like they did the last game against Everett. And Malden, the one shot on net was from long distance that Diaz made the save on. Other than that, that one where Jose Piera Neves, after Glasgow made it 1-0, he broke in. He was in close on the right side. Diaz come out, cut down the angle, and he forced him to shoot it a little quicker than he wanted to, and he shot it wide. And that was the best chance that Malden had the entire game as they get shut out. And it took a long time to get on the board, but Alvarez finally got his first, and then it was Brian, Giovanni, Rivas, Lazo. Both of those were set up by kicks from Halimi, who played outstanding again. And they knocked him home, and then Alvarez got his second to make it 3-0. And for Classical, Halimi, obviously, Ryan Dunn, Ventura were outstanding back defensively, helping out Diaz and keeping Malden away from the net. And a good team effort by Classical. They pick up their 3rd win. They make it 2 straight here at Manning Field, and they win it in a shutout over Malden, 3-0. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.